Welcome to our presentation of the Zones of Regulation, Parent Training, Part 1. The zones of regulation terminology is just about everywhere these days. You may have heard your IEP team talk about it, or your children even talk about it. For you as a parent, it's going to be important to know what is the zones of regulation and how can you use it most effectively to help your child. Zones of regulation is an approach used to support the development of self-regulation in children. All the different ways children feel and the states of alertness they experience are categorized into 4 colored zones. Children who are well regulated are able to be in the appropriate zone at the appropriate time. Every zone is a good zone, and there's appropriate times to be in each zone. The blue zone is used when you're tired or sad and you just don't have enough energy. Examples of that would be when you're getting ready to go to bed, you want to be in the blue zone. Maybe you broke your favorite toy and you're sad, so you're also in the blue zone. You will most often hear educators say that we want to be in the green zone. The green zone is when we are feeling calm and happy. An example of things that you can do in the green zone is quietly doing a puzzle or attending to circle time. When you hear your child say that they're in the yellow zone, they can be feeling really silly or giggly or even frustrated. Examples of this would be playing chase on the playground or having a dance party, or when you're really frustrated doing your work. Let's face it, we've all had red zone days. Red zone is when you're feeling angry or out of control. This might be when your sister breaks one of your favorite toys, or your friends leave you out. Maybe your teacher asks you to redo an assignment that you did just right. By now, you're probably asking yourself, why do we use the zones of regulation? We use the zones of regulation to teach children how to first identify their feelings, then be aware of what zone that they're in, and then, if they need to, use tools so that they can get into the appropriate zone for the moment. Right now, I've probably confused you about the zones of regulation, and you might be asking yourself, how in the world am I going to introduce this to my child? The first thing you want to start with is identifying your own feelings using the zones language in front of your child. For example, you might say, I'm frustrated, I'm in the yellow zone. Or, I stubbed my toe, I'm in the red zone. You're also going to want to talk about what tools that you'll use to be in the appropriate zone. For example, I'm feeling angry, so I'm going to go for a walk so that I can get back to the green zone. Begin to label the zones your child's in throughout the day. For example, at nap time when they're yawning or maybe fussy, you might say, you look sleepy, you're in the blue zone. Or maybe they're being super giggly and silly, and you might label, wow, you're super silly right now, you're in the yellow zone. Listen to the way you're yelling at your brother. It looks to me like you're in the red zone. How can we get you back to the green zone? Next, you're going to want to teach your child what zone tools can be used to help them stay in the zone or move to a different zone. For example, it's time for bed. Let's read a book together in the rocking chair. We're in the blue zone. Remember, when teaching the zones of regulation, it's all about how your child feels. Every zone is a good zone and appropriate at different times. Next week's training, we are going to outline the different tools that you can use to help your child move through these different zones of regulation. Remember that children are really good at reading how adults are feeling, and they will often mirror our zones. So think about what zone you're in before you try to help your child. For example, if you're feeling frustrated and are in the yellow zone, we're going to have to take ourselves to the green zone before helping our children move to the green zone as well. Please take the time to like this video. Also, the best compliment you can give me is to share this video with anybody you feel could benefit from learning more about the zones of regulation. Let's hang out again. Please subscribe and hit that bell, and we will make sure that you're part of our next training. If there are certain topics that you're interested in learning more about, please leave that below in the comments. I look forward to spending more time with you guys. See you next time. Bye.